Good morning. This is Christmas Eve, so I want to say Merry Christmas. And this is the week of the last week of the year, and we've had a real damaging, horrible family, personal, business-wise year. And I just wish everyone a prompt recovery, and I'm sorry for those who lost loved ones. And to that reference, I just want to say, because I have a doubt and a profound distrust for this fascist Fauci. What was Dr. Fauci doing specifically in Wuhan lab with Obama while they were there? I understand there's a rumor and things being mentioned at some levels of the fact of a $3.5 million grant that was transferred to the Wuhan lab during those times. And then we have this coronavirus. And while all these things were going on, Biden was Joe Biden and son establishing that nice personal financial remuneration of $1.5 billion, $1,500 million contract from the Chinese Communist government through frontman Hunter Biden to Joe Biden. And, all these, I don't even want to call it collusion, all this conspiracy, all this relationship going on with a strongest adversary, the country that we have enriched over the last quarter century, the country that we have transferred our wealth, our manufacturing to, and so on. And then we have the top of the top leadership colluding, conspiring, certainly to me has a face of treasonous activities. And then we come down with this pandemic that comes from China. And for those who don't know, we have had difficulties with China before, where they have, infected the world with other things in the past, and so on. So I don't understand why the country that has been our hardest, strongest adversary, stealing all our intellectual and technical and all the other things, inventions and our and we've been transferring all these taxpayer research and things to all these countries, and we've given all our computer technology and all these other things. If you didn't know, one of our mainframe computer designers and was a Chinese gentleman who then resigned here and left and took all the research back with him to China just a few years back. So I'm looking at all this, and then I'm seeing how they conspired to destroy Trump before and at the time of his transition into presidency, and then during his whole 4 years of presidency. And then what do we have? Well, California is where everything from Asia comes. Southeast Asia, Hong Kong, Japan, Asia, everything comes through California. The rice from Vietnam, everything. And what do we have there? Oh, we have the biggest bunch of corrupts from Kamala Harris to Willie Brown to Jerry Brown to Newsom, the nephew of Pelosi, gangster associate D'Alessandro Pelosi, her father, congressman, mafia associate attorney D'Alessandro, and then we have Schiff in Burbank with a movie industry and music industry and so on, all the cocaine left, and then, as I call it, and then we have Maxine Water, who enjoys a good life in Beverly Hills, which is close enough to her district, but not in her district. I know her. I know her district. I know Compton, Carson, Inglewood. I know all of that area there. Oh my goodness. All the way to the border of Torrance, and so on. I know the South Central LA, Watts, and so on. Yeah, very well. So, this is all part of this eventuality that is taking place. Feinstein, with her 20 years, Feinstein, the chair of the Intelligence Committee of the Senate of the United States. And she had a spy in her office for 20 years while her husband conducts millionaire businesses with China. Ooh, and Pelosi, of course. Pelosi lives in a $8 million home, and so do all of the other ones, because, California. California right now is having their problems. With California, if it been a few years back, and a separate nation, would have been number one in the world. That's what people don't understand. We have Silicon Valley, the movie industry, the wine industry, the Pacific Navy float, all the training camps for the military, Air Force. It's incredible. It's a economic force in itself. That you wouldn't believe. Well, let's have some California wine for Christmas. Merry Christmas to all, and we just hope that this coming year brings us a better situation, health-wise, financial-wise, and so on, for everyone. A Merry Christmas, and remember, Jesus is the reason for Christmas. Amen.